Today I'm going to talk about the Epson LQ 570 Plus. It's a how-to and what it's about and how it works. This is the inside of it here. It's a little bit about it and what it does. It looks a little bit different than a regular printer. It's a dot matrix. Here's the cartridges. They're print ribbons. You can get 6 of them for 15 bucks. They're pretty cheap. Each ribbon does 1,000,000 letters, which, well, each ribbon will print off, God, probably a month's worth of tattoos. So that's pretty good. They take a special connection. It's not like a regular USB port or anything, so you got to have a special connection for it. I'll show you the connection here. It's a 24 pin. You can get a 9-pin connection or a 24-pin connection. The 24-pin connection's a little bit better connection. Sorry, I'm trying to record this with one hand and do it and use my other hand and have a flashlight and everything together. It's kind of hard to do with one hand and record with the other hand. Kind of hard to figure out what hand is what and get it all hooked up together. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my house was a mess. I just moved into it, so sorry about that too. Here's some of the buttons on the front here. The connection goes back. This is the other connection on the other end that hooks up to the other computer. I'll show you the pins on it. It's a different connection itself. You can get USB connections that hook up to this, and it'll hook up to it, and you can do that and everything. Here's the back of the other computer. I just have a regular XP computer that I use. It's a little bit older one. It's nothing special. It's not fancy or anything like that. As you can tell, it's just a little old computer. It's a Pentium 4. I'll put a light on it here so you can kind of see the back of it. But it has a special hookup. You can see the hookup there. Most of the Pentium 4 computers have that hookup, and you can just hook right up to it. You'll be able to see that on a lot of the computers. You just hook that right up in there. You can get these computers for like 50 bucks. This printer, a lot of them online are like 200 bucks, but I got this one here. It looks brand new. I got it for 40 bucks. You can go down to like your local Salvation Armies and get them for 40 bucks, 30 bucks, 20 bucks. I got mine for 40. Just Windows XP is what I use. That's what I'm showing you now. It just turns it on. Windows XP. Pretty basic. I'll show you some of the buttons here in just a second on the printer. I'm trying to go along here kind of slow because I don't want you guys to miss anything. Once it's all set up and turned on, I just have it as an extra computer sitting over to the side that I use to do all the tattoos with. It's nothing special, it's nothing fancy. I have my regular laptop computer that I have over to the side. I have another desktop computer. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on now. As you can see, it's a pretty nice printer, only 40 bucks. You have your different settings on your printer. You can set it for darker or lighter, whatever you want on the print settings there. You can also do that on the computer, but if you set it on here, it'll print harder on the paper. It'll do the dots harder. That's why it's a dot matrix. It'll do the dots harder on the paper, and it'll come out a lot darker and go through the paper better, which is actually pretty good. Sorry, I had to go open up the door to let somebody in. Kind of stupid, I know. Always when you're trying to do something. I'll show you the program that I'm using now to print the programs out, or to print out the stencils with. It's Paint Shop Pro. It's a really good program. It allows me to move the stencils around to wherever I want them at, which is kind of nice. That way I can keep reusing the stencil paper again and again. I can use it for small ones or large ones, and whatever I need it for. Right now I'm opening up some of my tattoos to get a nice tattoo in to the Paint Shop Pro program. And then once everything's in there, then we can start making the stencils up and showing how to get them recorded and printed off so that you guys can have a look and see exactly how it works, and you know how they print off and everything nicely. Give me just a second here. I got quite a few tattoos on here. It's not that it's, you know, hard to find a good tattoo or anything. I got, you know, I can pick any tattoo that I want and print it off. The program allows me to take the color out, add color, add the shading. I'll show you on the program once I get a tattoo in there. Here's a nice set here of tattoos. As you can see, there's some nice shading in there. It's got some nice line work. It's got some nice background in it. These are really nice tattoos here. There's some nice armbands. There's some nice flowers. It's got some nice detail in it. It really does. I'll go ahead and I'll go down here and I'm gonna print one off here. As you can see, I can shift it around here. I'll show you right here where I'm adjusting it so that it can fit it to the page, which is nice. I can adjust it either to fit to the page, or I can make it smaller or larger. I'm sorry about looking at the blank screen there. It's hard to hold the camera and do everything myself. I'm really sorry about that. And the lighting and everything. I'm sorry, but it's just how it is sometimes. But when you're trying to do everything yourself, that's just how it goes sometimes. But alright, here we go. I went ahead and told it to print it off. I'm going to take one of the stencil papers. I'm going to take the sheet out of it now. We don't need that in there. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Put that over to the side. Now, the dot matrix printers, you can either put it in the front or in the back. You flip it over upside down. It has two little grabbers in the back, or two little bars in the back that you can use as guides. They're set up there. Now the roller will automatically grab it. There's the little things on the side, and they pretty much are guides, and you just kind of put your paper in between those two. You flip it upside down so that the yellow page is up top, and you just kind of slide it in, and the roller will automatically grab it and pull it. Don't be shocked by that, because it'll kind of pull it kind of hard and kind of pull it out of your hand. If it messes up, you can just kind of roll it out of there. Then just hit print. It's kind of loud, and it'll automatically just start printing on its own. It'll take probably about 5 minutes, maybe a little more, to print it off. I'm sorry there's no sound on my camera, but we'll go ahead and let this print off. And I know you guys are probably thinking that this is kind of boring or whatever, but I'll tell you, it sure beats trying to do this by hand while you're trying to do these stencils. But there's no way that you could do these by hand, trying to do all the shading and all this line work. There's just no way that you could. We can talk about tattoo machines. No, this is cheap tattooing. You can see how I'm showing that it's perfectly in line with everything. You can see how it's all coming out really nicely. You don't have to go out and buy a $200 machine to do this. $40 for the machine, and there you go. Look at how nicely this is printing off. It's not a $200 machine at all. $40, you can probably even go to your local Salvation Army or Goodwill store and pick one up for $20, $30. You know, you can probably go on Craigslist and find them. These are nice stencils. You can go into these programs, you can find really good, you can work with them, you can do all kinds of things with them in the on the programs. You can shade them, you can color them, you can do all of your line work. There's so many things that you can do with these printers, and they come out so nicely. As you can see, these are coming out really nice. I do have the site on Google Plus for cheap tattooing. I'd like for people to come out and sign up on the cheap tattooing site and help each other out. If you have questions, you can ask me about them. If you have questions about these stencils, please ask. I'll help you out. I know I got a lot of pauses in what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to go along with what these stencils are doing here. It's just that my camera don't have no sound, and I recorded this a while ago, so as you can see, it's kind of printing off okay. It's matching right exactly with what is on the screen, and it's exactly what is on the paper. As you can see, it's a perfect match. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful on the paper, and it's absolutely beautiful on the